Well, welcome everyone. All right, so good to see you all tonight. So thank you so much for everyone who's joining us live, and for those of you who are watching the recording, thank you for watching. So my name is Sandra Knable, and I'm here to welcome you all. We are excited about Kelsey and her joining our team and our mission, which is to inspire healthy living. So if she invited you, it means that she cares a lot about you and she cares a lot about your health and your family's health. So we're just honored that you could join us now or on the replay. So you may see me glance down, and I use like a little guide because I don't want to forget anything. So I'm low tech, and I just like to have notes. So I just wanted to let you know about that. But so Kelsey has invited you because she cares about you and she wants you to learn a little bit more about Juice Plus, the company that she has become an affiliate with. So you can learn a little bit more about what she's doing and about the Juice Plus products and its mission. So how we are making a difference in the world. So that's one thing that I love about our mission, is that we are making the world a better place and sharing health and wellness. So we're going to share. I'm going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes sharing about our products. We have a small product line, but it might take about that long. And then Kelsey's going to share her story as to why she decided to join our mission, and Amy as well up in North Carolina. So I'm going to start off with our core products, which are our fruit and our veggie and our berry blend. These are the bottles that the capsules come in. So I'm going to show you what one of the capsules looks like. See, they're not real big. So you might be wondering. So I'm just going to hold this up too, and hopefully everyone can see it. So on right here, the fruit, veggie, and the berry. Can y'all see that? A little too shiny, or does it show up? Okay, so you see the variety of what's in there: 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. So what they are, so they're vine ripened produce that everything's picked at the peak of ripeness from farms that we know who the farmers are, and then they're put into like this big tumbler, and they're dried, and the water's extracted out, and the powders are put into these capsules, or they're put into these delicious chews for the kids or people who don't like capsules. And then recently they're put into a delicious tasting drink called superfood, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But we have research, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But the product itself has been around for over 30 years, and the company has been around for over 50, which is just amazing. And maybe you're going to be like me at the end of this call, like, why didn't somebody tell me about this 30 some years ago? Because I really wish that had happened. But so that's what Juice Plus is all about. And one thing that really sets us apart, and I don't know if you can see this, but we have a food label. So this is not a supplement label. This is a food label like you would actually see on a bag of frozen broccoli at the grocery store. And I just love that because your body knows what to do with food. Doesn't always know what to do with like a multivitamin, which is why your pea is a really bright yellow, because your body just can't absorb all that. So if you didn't know, we need 7 to 13 servings of fresh, raw, vine ripened produce every single day. And most of us can't do that. We don't want to do it. We don't want to spend that much time eating or whatever. And then it's expensive to to buy fresh produce, especially if it's organic. And Juice Plus, this trio that I just showed you, that's what we commonly refer to it as, is less than $2 a day. Right, Amy? Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, it's very affordable. So I'm just going to very quickly read off what's in those. Okay. So listen up and just think to yourself, maybe I have one of those. or maybe two of those today, but just listen up. This is crazy. So apple, orange, prune, peach, pineapple, cranberry, papaya, date, beet, acerola cherry, spinach, kale, carrot, cabbage, rice bran, garlic, oat bran, parsley, broccoli, tomato, Concord grape, elderberry, artichoke, blueberry, raspberry, cranberry, cocoa, bilberry, black currant, blackberry, and pomegranate. Wow. So some of you may not even heard those. I don't think I've ever seen a black currant on a shelf before. So anyhow, and I could probably tell you I might have had like 4 of those today, besides my Juice Plus. So it's amazing that you can get that every single day. So you just think about the rainbow. Every day you should eat the rainbow, and with that, you get the rainbow. I'm going to also share about our plant-based omega. So some of you may be taking a fish oil or heard of fish oil, or maybe you're thinking, I can't stand fish oil because they're huge and they stink. That was me. I can never do fish oils. Well, Juice Plus has bypassed the fish because the fish don't even actually make the omegas. They get it from what they eat, which is the algae. So Juice Plus plant-based omega has the algae oil and has tomato seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, safflower seed oil. So actually we have omega-3 plus omega 5, 6, 7, and 9. So we're just even better than like a fish oil for that reason, because all those omegas do really great things in your body. And you can only get it from food. It's not something that your body produces. So that's really cool. And a bonus about this, by the way, is, and Kelsey knows this, but you can actually cut the tip off and you can use that omega oil on your skin. It's really, really good for your skin. You definitely wouldn't want to do that with fish oil because that would just be nasty. But yeah, so you get this beautiful orange, very faint orange glow about you. And if you're local and you want to come to a skin health event that we're doing soon, we can tell you all about that. So a couple other products that we have are, so the fruit, vegetable, and berry powders, those are the micronutrients that your body needs every single day. And we have protein shakes, which are the macronutrients that have the fiber and the protein that your body needs. This Dutch chocolate and French vanilla. These are so good and so versatile. You can bake with them. You can make energy balls, just so much. Anything that you like would use flour in, you can make some amazing banana nut bread, by the way. And then we also have a Perform protein powder, which has 25 grams of protein, great for athletes, but also just good for anybody who works out. You don't have to be a top level athlete, but it just helps with recovery, great with B vitamins, and excellent berry flavor. And you can kind of mix those together too, which is really good. And I think did I talk about the Luminate? I haven't even got to the Luminate, have I? No. Okay. How could I forget the Luminate, y'all? And I've got one out here somewhere. But so this is Luminate, and this is the stick that it comes in upside down. But so Luminate came out about a year ago. And what this is like an herbal energy drink. So it's got the nootropics and the adaptogens that help your body adapt to, stressors. It's got the ashwagandha that helps you kind of remain calm. And it really helps you think faster on your feet. I love it before pickleball because my eye-hand coordination is really, really good. And then just helps get rid of the mental clarity, get you more focused. Kelsey will share a little bit about that in her story too, hopefully. But it's just so good and it tastes delicious, kind of a mango berry flavor. And if you work out, it makes a great pre-workout as well. So if any of you are drinking unhealthy energy drinks, I highly recommend this. The caffeine comes from the whole coffee berry plant. So your body kind of reacts differently to it than it does a roasted coffee bean, like in coffee. And then it doesn't affect your sleep quite the same way as coffee does if you have issues with that, which I do. Really, really good. You can make delicious mocktails with this. It's great in sparkling water, just a lot you can do with it. And it's also really good with the superfood powder that I mentioned earlier. So this just came out a couple months ago. It has the same plant powders in it that you get from consuming 2 fruit, 2 veggie, and 2 berry capsules every single day. So if you're not fond of taking a lot of capsules, I'm not. This is just a great way to drink your fruits, vegetables, and berries, and it's delicious. I think it's only like 25 calories. It's sweetened with stevia. So I know you may not know anything about the Juice Plus company, but they only use the best ingredients and their research. I think the omegas took like 10 years. So I mean, they really do the best that they can do. And we're backed by research. Over 48 clinical studies that show that it helps with skin health and heart health and lung health and your metabolism and your DNA and your immune health, especially gut health. I'd like to say that, when your gut's healthy, so everything starts in your gut. If your gut's not healthy, the rest of you is not going to be healthy, and it'll show in your skin. And that's what happened with me, because people said, what are you doing differently? Because your skin is glowing. So it's the Juice Plus that shiny happy people, as Amy likes to say. So yeah, it's great. And I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I'm on track so far. Oh, and I just want to share this quote from Dr. Du Bois. Now, he was a doctor with the Juice Plus company, and he just said, based on the research, that there's no other product that you can take with or without a prescription that's known to do all the things in your body that Juice Plus can do. So, I mean, that just, to me, speaks volumes. And something else that speaks volumes about the type of company that we are is our Healthy Starts program. So what this is, it's a program where with any adult order of at least the fruit and the veggie, a child between the ages of 4 and 26 can get Juice Plus free with that adult order. So if you have a 4-year-old, you start taking Juice Plus, your child can get Juice Plus free till they turn 26 if you are still taking it. So over the course of those 21 years, you guys are going to your health is just going to change so much. It's so amazing. There's no other company out there that does that. And they know from the Healthy Starts research that children are taking fewer over-the-counter meds. They're missing less school. They're eating more fruits and vegetables. They're going to the doctor less. Like, there are doctors that will ask a family that started on Juice Plus, have you found another doctor? Because I haven't seen you in here. Where, some kids go on a lot and then all of a sudden they stop coming. So we know from our research that it does all those things. I mean, keeps children healthier. And when you're, if you're a working parent and your child is sick a lot, you're missing a lot of work. So if your child's healthier, wow, what an impact that has. And then, I'm going to show you what we have where you can grow your own produce. This is really, really cool. So hopefully you can see that. So this is our tower garden. So on this side, that's the indoor version, the outside, and then open that up. Voila. So it's just a way for you to grow up to, I think it's like 120 different plants you can grow on this. There's water in the reservoir. Everything's on a timer. If you have the indoor version, you have grow lights. The water's on a timer, the lights are on a timer, and you talk about fresh produce. So you may not, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I wonder, is that lettuce really organic in the grocery store or anything? So that what you're putting on in your mouth from your tower doesn't have any herbicides or pesticides because you grew it. And it's amazing. And I have one in the next room. Amy, I think, has one inside and one outside. They're just so good to have to grow your own produce. And so I just want to talk just briefly before y'all share your stories a little bit about the Juice Plus company itself. It's been around, like I said, for over 50 years, and then the Juice Plus product over 30. They are a mission-driven company, and the mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And I just love that. We are in over, I think we're in like 28 countries, 26, 28, which is amazing. We're considered a virtual franchise. It's only $52 to partner with the company, and there's no quotas and no inventory. If it's really what you want out of it. If you want to just earn enough money to pay for your own products, You can do that. If you want to earn like $300 to $500 a month, you can do that, or you can just really go gangbusters and earn well into the thousands and thousands of dollars. And we never make claims about any of that, but it's what you put into it. And I just love that your paycheck is a direct reflection of how many people and families you're helping get healthier. So I just love that, knowing that you've really made an impact with that income. Um, so I'm going to quit talking and give Kelsey a chance to share her story as to why the product and the business made sense to her.
Yay! Well,
Yeah,
thank you, Miss Andrea, for educating us some and letting us know about this wonderful product. Are y'all able to hear me okay?
sounding good.
Okay. So Miss Andrea invited me to do chair massage at a skincare event, which again, if any of the ladies or gentlemen want to come to this, just let us know and we'll certainly get you invited to it. We have one coming up on the 30th, I think. Um, which I didn't try the product there. I was just very blessed to meet all the ladies and fellowship with them. But she actually gave some of the superfood to one of my coworkers, and that is when I tried the superfood powder in my drink. I'm down to try anything once, so I'm like, okay, and it sounds cool. I was literally shocked. I was not, I had no expectations. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I was genuinely shocked and surprised about how I felt within. I drank about half of my glass of it, and then I did a massage, and then I came out of the massage, and I noticed that I had so much energy. And Sandra laughs at this, but I felt like my insides were singing. I felt like I had just had sunshine coming from the inside out. I felt so good, and that is what really just struck me and stuck with me. Um, I genuinely aspire to be a healthy eater and to have that, but it just doesn't always happen that way with being busy and not always having the extra budget for all the extra veggies and fruits and stuff. So for my lifestyle, I thought it was perfect and really a miraculous way to get all these extra nutrients that I didn't realize my body was personally lacking in, which is I think why that superfood hit me so hard. Um, So yeah, I have felt the benefits of that. Even when I was sick a couple of weeks ago, Miss Sandra came and dropped some more packets off for me and some sourdough, and that had me feeling a lot better, much quicker. And then I started looking into some of the research with the company, and they have like it's either over I think over 40 different clinical researches with different findings in it, and all of it I can just sing its praises. It is amazing. So I tried the superfood powder. I love that. And I have been doing the Luminate too, which I think that's pretty cool what you said about the pickleball and the hand-eye coordination. I could see that. Um, I definitely notice I am more mentally clear whenever I take it. I like the way that it makes me feel more than drinking coffee or an energy drink. It is just, it's like a pure energy source, it feels like. It doesn't leave you feeling I don't know, kind of that like anxious feeling sometimes coffee will give you. I don't get that with Illuminate. And I know that we do fast a lot. So when I was fasting this past week, I would drink that before 7 a.m. to kind of get my energy in for the day. And I would have energy and just feel good the entire day. So I really love that product too. And I'll be making my actual order this week to try out the capsules as well. So I just tried some of the capsules that Miss Sandra gave me as a little sample about 2 hours ago. But I can already tell that I feel the difference just from those too. So I genuinely recommend all of these things, and I hope that it speaks to y'all's heart like it spoke to mine.
Well, thank you. And why did you decide to partner?
Oh, so with my school schedule changing in the fall, I'll be having to go to school for 4 days out of the week instead of just two. And so that's going to affect my income with my work schedule too. And so I have been praying, just praying about that and watching over it about ways to supplement my income. And just so happened, I was thinking about Miss Sandra. I needed to like text her back. And then as I'm thinking about her, I'm like leaving the gym and I like literally ran into her. She's like in my face, like she was there representing Juice Plus and the community. Um, and then she pulled me aside and just told me about what it is to become a partner and what it takes. And I just totally thought it was a godsend. And so I prayed about it and it was a given to go ahead and join and be a partner with it.
I love that so much. And I just love, and when you said, I didn't laugh at what your story, I loved how you said it made your insides feel. I mean, I could share that all the time. It's just so great. But yeah, and I do think it was a God send for sure, how that worked out. And I just know you're going to bless so many people. And I just love hearing your story and how you shared it. So thank you so much. Yeah, I
Yes, you're welcome.
appreciate that. Yeah. And Miss Amy, we'll turn it over to you. And Kelsey, if you'll mute back up, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Well, hey y'all.
Okay.
Kelsey, I love that too. I've never heard that said it like that, but truly it does make your inside sink for sure. I love hearing that. Um, just a little bit about me. I live in North Carolina with my husband. We have three grown children and two grandsons. I like to be doing anything active or anything outside, like pickleball, like Sandra, and camping, anything like that. Um, And so about 16 years ago was when this all started for me. And I had still had two kids at home, and we had some medicines in the medicine cabinet, some over-the-counter medicines, some prescription medicines. And I just remember thinking one day to myself, like, this cannot be normal. Like, we are a young family. And I was taking medication. My husband had been taking medication. My middle child was taking medication. And I just thought, how is this even normal? Like, I don't think this is good for us. And I just, at that moment, just set out on a quest, I guess, to figure out how we could get off all these medications because I wanted the best for my family. And I didn't feel like feeding pharmaceuticals to my family was the best. So I had no idea if this was going to work, if I was going to find answers, but I thought I might as well try. So I just started educating myself, reading everything I could get my hands on. This was really before podcasts, but there was a lot of like YouTube videos I watched and recordings of radio shows and just everything about how to reverse disease. And everything that I read and listened to pointed to what was at the end of your fork, the food. And mainly that we needed to get rid of processed foods and fast foods and fake foods and eat more fruits and vegetables. Like Sandra said, 7 to 13 servings a day. And when I read that number, I was just flabbergasted. And I had some mom guilt about that because I knew we weren't doing that. And when we were eating fruits and vegetables, it was mainly the same five every day. And so as I really tried hard to get more fruits and vegetables in, to change our diet. And I did fine for a while, but that was a lot of work. And we were a busy family. And I could see myself getting burnt out on that and just getting really tired of all this shopping and the cooking and the prepping and just all of it. And so when my girlfriend invited me to something at someone's house, and she showed me these capsules that were full of fruits and veggies and berries. It totally made sense to me. And I just knew that it was an answer to my prayer. It was a solution that I'd been looking for. Um, not saying that Juice Plus should replace the good, healthy eating habits that we all should be practicing every day, but just saying that it helps us to bridge the gap between what we should be eating and what we really are eating. Um, you can't get too many fruits and vegetables. You can't get too many antioxidants and phytonutrients. Your body's just going to store that up. And when your body gets in trouble, you're going to be able to use all that, to fight disease and get better and heal and all those things. So, um, I said, sign me up. Made perfect sense. We started getting the fruits and vegetables. We got the two kids that I still had at home, they got theirs for free with the Healthy Starts program. And it wasn't long until I started seeing differences in our health. And I would say that was probably within the first order, the first 4 months, is when I started noticing like nobody was sneezing, nobody had itchy eyes, nobody had runny noses from the seasonal allergies,
Mm.
and no more Claritin. So nobody was complaining. And so that was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed was that my husband's cholesterol numbers were coming down naturally without medication because right before this, he refused to take any medication for it because he was having really bad side effects like muscle aches from the statin use. And so that was great because I was worried about him and his heart and all that, the cholesterol and all that stuff. So being able to bring his cholesterol down naturally was great. But the biggest thing for me personally, y'all, was that I had been on asthma medications for 30 years, and no doctor had ever told me that I would ever be off of asthma medication. They just told me that this would be the rest of my life. Um, and I just believed them. And so, this is a preventative inhaler every day. This is a emergency inhaler I'd have to take with me everywhere. I'd been on steroids. I had, been hospitalized, breathing treatments when I'd get in trouble. And now it's probably been 10 years since I've had to have an inhaler refill. And I won't say that Juice Plus cured my asthma, but what we know from our research is that Juice Plus, that asthma is just inflammation in your lungs. And the fruits and vegetables, the phytonutrients, the antioxidants, all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients in those powders put out the inflammation. And so now it's kind of like I'm without that ball and chain anymore, which is great. Um, and then we've had other things happen too, like my middle child, he had two injuries in high school football where he healed weeks earlier. And the doctors just like were flabbergasted at that as well. Um, and there's just been other things too, just a healthier overall feeling, a peace of mind, knowing that you're doing everything you can to stay healthy, to fight disease, to give your body what it really needs to heal itself, because that's how our bodies were made. That's how God created us, is to heal ourselves when we give our bodies what it needs. Um, so because of that, because I've seen all that happen in my family and our health, I'll never stop taking Juice Plus. Um, and I signed up as a partner the same day because I'm a discount girl. I like the best price. If I can get something for free or for a discount, I'm going to do it. Um, and when I started seeing what was doing in my family, when I started connecting to all the nutrition education that this company gives us, I knew that I had to start sharing. I knew that there was going to be another mama out there or somebody else who was looking for the same solution as me. So I started to see my paycheck grow, which was great. And at times, even over this last 15 years, my Juice Plus paycheck has been the only paycheck coming into the house. When my husband shut up his construction business years ago, but just because he was so burnt out with that, I was so very grateful that my Juice Plus check was still coming in to help the family. And while I love the income that it's brought me, I will say just my favorite thing about Juice Plus has been that it's helped me to be able to own my own time. Um, as the kids got older, I was able to continue to not have to have a full-time job out of the house, but earn a paycheck with Juice Plus and still be able to be there for field trips. And even when they went off to college, an hour and a half away, I could drive there and be there for lunch or help them with things. And also, listen to God's call on my life a few years ago, well, several years ago now, to be able to volunteer with women who are facing really desperate situations and need some mentoring and counseling and just somebody to love on them. So that's just been very rewarding because if it wasn't for Juice Plus, I would have a 9 to 5 job and I probably would not have the flexibility to do that. Um, and then of course the other thing is, like Sandra said, it's that helper's high, knowing that what you're doing, what you're sharing is actually making a difference in people's lives and people's health. So this is why I said yes to Juice Plus. Um, the product, this is why I said yes to Juice Plus, the business. I'll probably always take Juice Plus. I'll probably always share Juice Plus. So there you go. That's my story.
Yeah. Well, I love your story, and I love that, if it weren't for this business, I wouldn't know this wonderful woman. And she's one of my favorite
Absolutely.
people on this planet. So,
Ditto.
yeah,
Ditto.
yeah, she's awesome. And thank you for hopping on and sharing your story. And I'm just going to briefly share mine because I don't want to run too late. But I was introduced to Juice Plus about, I guess it was like summer of 2017, from someone I went to high school with up in Greensboro, North Carolina. And we were having a reunion coming up. We were getting reacquainted. She said, I don't remember a lot of people because I had a stroke. So she's my age and she'd had a stroke. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thankful for my health. But just through conversation and catching up with her, she asked me if I got tired a lot. And I was working at a shipyard here. Anybody that's local, Austell, I'm sure you know it. And I did have a pretty physically demanding job. So when she said, you get tired a lot, I was like, yes. And then she said, well, I found something that's just fruits and vegetables. And I knew I wasn't getting enough every single day. I'm like, Amy, I'm like, I buy the same thing all the time. And then, you have to eat it before it goes bad. And so anyhow, it just made sense to me. So really I ordered right away. I was not smart like Amy, and it took me, I think 4 or 5 months. I'd done a shred program, which we can fill you in on that later, but I fell in love with the people, and they were, just motivating and inspiring and encouraging. And I just knew I wanted to be a part of that. So, and then I found out it was only $52 to get started, and there was no quotas and no inventory. I was like, what do I have to lose? I was already sharing it with people. My mother was my first customer because her idea of dinner was veggie straws and a glass of wine. I knew she wasn't getting the nutrition that she needed. So yeah, she's a junk food junkie, y'all. She's 92. She's still alive, got through COVID. But yeah, and then it's just, you start hearing the stories. And then through the education that we get, which is phenomenal, you can't hear that and not share with someone. I mean, if I meet a complete stranger and they start opening up to me, I'm going to say, look, I have something that might help you. You can't keep it to yourself. So yeah, it's been just amazing. And I'm so thankful that this person who was just a happy customer shared it with me, because you never know whose life you're going to impact, because she asked me that simple question. I have impacted lots of lives through all, the people that I've shared with and they've shared. And so you just never know whose life you're going to change. Some of the stories, we've heard a lot of them and it's really just amazing. So, yeah, so if you've heard something here tonight, we're just so thankful that you came and supported Kelsey. That's just so amazing. And maybe you're listening, you think, oh gosh, this is what I need in my life. We'd love for you to just get back with Kelsey, or maybe, you'd like to bring some supplemental income. I mean, I hate to take it back to this, but 2020 was an eye opener for a lot of people. Like, if you didn't have a secondary income, it messed up a lot of people. So I don't want to bring it down, but it did, it messed it up. And we do just have an amazing mission. We have an amazing community, and we would love to help, support your goals, whatever they might be for you and your family. And so does anybody want to add anything else before I stop the recording? Kelsey, anything? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Y'all can hang on. Bear with me.